2 out of every 3 new violins in the world is made in China. Batteries of cheap labour have pushed down prices and increased market penetration. But it's one man's dream to bring quality to the Made in China label. After years of study in Italy, Zheng Quan has returned to China to train the nation's first generation of luthiers. For the past 500 years, the history of violin making has been written in Europe. It has become a symbol of cultural and technical excellence. Zheng Quan is a master violin maker.
好的乐器它必须要极有性格，它不光光是柔美或者好听，就像一个历尽沧桑的人，他不是靠帅来征服你，而是靠他的力量。我觉得这些人的琴就是我见过的非常多的琴里面的极具个性的制作。
When Zheng was learning his craft in the 1980s, the violins made in China were at the lowest end of the international market. The famous conductor Ozawa Seiji once said, China is now producing first-level players, but they still make the lowest-level instruments. The situation sparked Zheng Quan's imagination, and he set out to make the finest violins in the world. In 1983, Zheng travelled to Italy to learn his craft in Cremona, one of the leading centres of violin making in the world. Zheng was the first Chinese person to go to Cremona to study this traditional art.
我就是学成世界第一流的东西，要传授到中国去，有点像那个唐僧取经一样的，我就把那些好东西弄到中国去，哎，这是非常清晰的一个思路啊。
During 5 years at the Cremona International Violin Making School, Zheng Quan slept for just 5 or 6 hours each night. His efforts were rewarded in 1987 when he won first prize in the Baveno National Competition for Violin Making. In November of the same year, Zheng Quan won awards in all 7 categories in the second Bulgarian International Competition for Violin and Viola Making.
我倒是觉得拿了金牌以后，一下子觉得挺空的，啊，因为很长时间一直想拿金奖，好像是个爬山一样，啊，那么爬到一个山顶，突然之间，啊，前面是一个空的东西，那时候就觉得拿金奖这个梦想实现了以后，下一步做些什么东西。
As his reputation mounted, Zheng Quan received requests from more and more musicians to make violins for them. With each violin selling for thousands of US dollars, he completed the transformation into a golden hand from a poor overseas student. However, the violins he entered in competitions, according to the rules, had to be labelled made by Zheng Quan in Italy, so he decided to return to China to establish his own workshop.
首先是拉琴的人能够用我的琴到国际上去演奏比赛拿金奖，是吧？这是一个。一个是我要在中国做出100%在中国国土上中国人做的真正的中国产的小提琴，还拿金奖。
To find the best wood, Zheng Quan travelled to the vast forests of northeast China and the deep rainforests of the southwest. Zheng was resolved to make the best violins from the best wood with the best workers in China. In 1993, Zheng Quan's violins, made from wood from southwestern Sichuan province, won awards for both violin and viola making in an international contest in Italy.
特别是李世清用我的琴出的时候，那观众的那种狂热，那份感动哈，我就只觉得我这个琴没有白辛苦吧。实际上，在一个人有理想、有抱负，而且不断在去做这个事情的时候，那种享受是那种商人感受不到，真是这样。一做大提琴呢，就会发现这2条香线过来了以后，这个胶带，这有2种做法，一种是比较圆的做法啊。
By the 1990s, Zheng was directing his efforts at teaching and rarely entered competitions.
中国只有一个人会做琴是不够的，必须要有一个群体，是吧？就是 跟你个人设计的事情要放到一边去啊，你要为大家做事情。实际上就是把这摊事业作为自己的事情在做啊，我这个做这个事情是，对得起历史的，是吧
？Zheng's vision of creating a group of expert violin makers became clearer as he trained more students.
现在边条有点短，可以再结实一点了，就更完整。
Li Shan was among Zheng's first group of students after he returned to China. In 2001, Li Shan moved to the US to continue his trade. Each time he returns to China, he comes to visit his old teacher.
做过了，是呢。这琴也许今天做完声音就这样，也许下一把琴声音又不一样。但郑老师带回来的呢，就是非常严谨的理念。
The four characters, 不苟一思, in the corridor of the research center mean never make a mistake on any string, a principle Zheng applies in all aspects of his life.
我上课的时候，我进来就锁门了。你知道呢，你就回家可以不听课，我也不记考勤，但是损失的是你自己。教他们就是不断的在完善自己方面要有一种动力的话，有一种律己，对自己有一种严格的要求的话，这个是对他们一辈子影响最多的。
就是对事物的认真态度，就是要一定非常认真，然后就真的就是能做出来很好的东西。
In 2009, Zheng gathered some of his most outstanding students to form a masterclass to take part in a competition in Italy. His students took 6 of the top 20 places.
自己的努力是有效果的，能够起作用的啊，不是白费的啊。这个我觉得是一种可以取之不尽的一种动力。我们的作品可能今后300年、500年还有人在用，是吧？这是留给历史的、留给社会的东西。那我就觉得我们的生命在延续，而且是非常有意义的事情。
Although he has trained many internationally renowned students, Zheng thinks he has only realized the first level of his dream. Zheng has just successfully organized China's second international violin-making contest, held in Beijing this September. He hopes that the competition, which is held every 3 years, can popularize the craft of violin-making across the country.
觉得我们提琴制作发展的这个最终的目的，还是说让音乐更普及，让拉琴的人有更好的琴拉，让这个学生们让每一个热爱音乐的人，他有好的声音来享受。
Zheng worked hard organizing the contest, as well as coaching his own student contestants.
当成指定也有50-60次了，就打来回，挺烦的，真的挺烦的。主要是眼睛，时间倒算了，主要是觉得我要眼睛毁了，我可就以后就麻烦了，主要是这个问题。
Artists and collectors continue to order Zheng's violins, with some of them having to wait 3 or 4 years because Zheng is so busy teaching. He has sacrificed greater financial wealth to nurture the dreams of his students. The quality of the violins coming out of China has greatly improved in the last 15 years, pushing the domestic industry onto a par with others around the world.
他们在国际上也已经为中国的乐器带来很高的声望，大家不会再惊讶于说这么棒的一把乐器怎么是从中国人手里出来？不是，已经不是这个时代，也就是短短的这个20年时间过来了以后，这个声誉已经是世界一流的声誉。
Zheng Quan's temples have grayed in the course of promoting his love of violin making in his home country. He has achieved a great deal, and Zheng and his students will press on with spreading their knowledge and passion for their craft.
中国梦是一个很大的一个题目，但是每一个人如果在自己的这个角度去努力去实现自己的梦想，那么最后这个中国梦才能得以实现。从点点滴滴的，就是汇集起来。我觉得经过几十年，中国会成为世界上制造提琴，就是艺术提琴最重要的这个国家之一。我们的目标就是这样。